ladies. So now let's get started. I have the angle this way, so hopefully you can really see the positioning of the core and shoulders and wrists, and also for myself, because I make all the mistakes, just like I get tired, I make mistakes, and it's a good way for myself to learn as well. Yeah. So let's do this together. So you have to start a very regular all fours position. Knees right under the hips, not behind, not forward, right under, right above. Wrists right under the shoulders. So it's a perfect all fours box position, as they call it. And then obviously I always joke I have farmer's joints. I actually do. So if you tend to be more delicate, this wrist is not comfortable like this, you're very welcome to go on the fist. Yeah, so straighter angle. And then most importantly, you are always lifting away from your own body weight. So the body weight want to bring you down like this. Yeah, and then you see I lost my core, my ribs are poking out, my lower back is weak. So now you want to pull the lower back towards the spine. You want to pull away, so you have plenty of space under your armpit and softness in the elbow. Every time you lock out with joints, every time you lock out with joint like this limb does stop working. You just stop thinking, you just stay dead. But when you have the softness in the elbow and pull away from the shoulders, this limb carries on working out. So you're continuing working and toning your arms and strengthening those. Now, strengthening has nothing to do with bulking up, ladies, although personally I have no problem bulking up muscles, okay? More muscles you have, faster metabolism, we all know what that means, yeah? So, and then now rib cages are lifting and they're not flaring out. So everything is pulled up towards the heaven. And if you have a tendency to weaken the lower back, then you want to pull up and flatten this lower back. And now this weight comes behind my right knee. And I would suggest, I know it's very uncomfortable, please flex the foot and not point it. Because flexing your foot really bites the hamstrings, yeah, and then the glutes. Now let's get started. 8 of each, 8, nice and slow count going up. For 2, now the most important part, you only lift to where the lower back stay neutral and not to go too high. This is not about how high. So once you find the right position, shoulders away from the ears, shoulder blades far from each other, softness in the elbow, navel lifting to the spine, and then you're simply just going to lift up, nothing else in there. From now on, nothing else. Lock yourself in perfect position, and down for 2. Lifting up for 2, and down for 2. Breathe out for 2, and in for 2. Lifting up, softness in the elbows, 9 for 2. Shoulders away from the ears for 2, and down. Now, anytime you want, you can start to put the opposite arm on your back. Go lift. It just means you shouldn't be leaning onto your supporting side. Now, double time. We lift up and lower. Now, pick up the pace. You're really challenging your core, because now your core is not still locking hard. It's not allowed to shift. Yeah. 4 for 2. And lift. I lost count, so it doesn't matter. Let's keep going. Now, stay up. Arms forward, opposite arm forward. Now, pause. Pause. Pause, pause. Now really zip that core in nice and tight for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, again, going down for 2 and back up for 2, and inhale down, exhale lift, going down for 2 and lift for 2 and down for 2 and lift. Since I've lost count again, we go twice more and lift for 2. Last one down for 2 into single count. And now your choice, arms up here, or if you already had it, you just started, stay down here. So down and lift, inhale, and 4. And here, if you're strong enough to put a hand here, it's really useful because you really silence your lower back. Now stay up now. Either lift the arm forward or place the hands down, or try this challenge, tuck the toe under, lift up 2 inches and pause, 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 pause for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, down. And then we're going to go to out. So I turn this way so we can see. Again, all rules apply. So lifting up for 2 and down. See, you see you're not leaning onto the side. You're really, by staying square, you're really working into your obliques as well. So lift for 2 and down, 4 more. Lifting up for 2 and down. Of course, lifting up for 2, and down for 2, and not sinking the weight into the shoulders, stay up. Last one, up, and now single count. Here we go. We lift up and lower. Lift and lower. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Softness in the elbows, and lower, and up, lower, and 2, and now up, either here or lift up, going pulse, 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 pulse for 8, 7, and by lifting up, I mean 2 inches off the mat, not all the way up. Nice. And back down, quick stretch, and of course this twice again. This is much heavier weight than I'm used to, so forgive me, I need a little quick stretch, yeah? And down for 2, and lift for 2. Now this is the second goal, so feel free to carry on with the challenge. I find this really achy myself, so I like to put my hand there. And for 2. And this prevent me from leaning onto my side as well, yeah? And now stay up, single count, here we go. Breathe and low. Exhale, inhale, breathe out. Neck is in line of the spine. So 4 and low, and 3 and low, and 2, and now stay up, hold and pause, 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 pause for 4, 3, 2. This is like twice heavier than I've ever used. Only try this. Form first. Form comes first before all this other fancy stuff. So until you are able to really keep that core still, leave the weights. Just get something really light, like a pillow. Like pillow and stuff that just make sure that you squeeze. So bring the heel towards the butt and then really contract into the hamstrings. It's going to be crampy. Yeah, cramping is only normal. Shake it out and carry on. Okay? See you later. And of course the other side, which I'm going to do now.